So tell me, tell me something about your journey.
All right, ma'am. My journey started, I wouldn't say my journey started back in 2019. However, my journey started from the day my parents started encouraging me during the school level itself. So at the school level, they would always encourage me to do good in life, to educate myself and how important the education is. My mother is highly educated. My father is a PhD in itself and is also a professor. So education, I would say, runs in the veins. And they also know the importance of education and how much you can achieve by educating yourself. So that was the preparation of me getting into academics, me trying harder in life. And later on, from 2019, yes, an active preparation towards civil services started. Took me 3 years for me to reach here, and I'm glad it has ended in a very positive way.
Oh, very, very positive.
Yeah, yes.
अच्छा ये बताएं, अक्सर ऐसा होता होगा ना कि जैसे हापुड़ से आप हैं, तो लोगों को बताना पड़ता है प्रॉपर हापुड़ से या कहीं और से?
मैम, मैं हापुड़ में एक टाउन आता है पिलखुआ, मैं वहाँ से हूँ।
तो जब आप लोगों को बताते होंगे कि मैं पिलखुआ से हूँ, तो लोग पहचान लेते हैं कि कहाँ से है या बताना पड़ता है थोड़ा?
बिल्कुल बताना पड़ता है मैम। तो जनरली मैं जिन नए लोगों को मिलती हूँ तो मैं बोलती हूँ कि आई एम फ्रॉम गाजियाबाद, and because that is the nearest big city, so I say I'm from Ghaziabad, and if they ask me in detail where exactly in Ghaziabad, I say it's on the outskirts. So I do not know whether people would be able to recognize the place, or even if I say Pilakhua, people won't be able to remember it. So I mean,
Now you
then I yes I will.
नाउ यू शुड, क्योंकि अब आपने पिलखुआ को फेमस करना है।
हाँ जी, बिल्कुल।
पिलखुआ की बेटी ने सिलेक्शन ले लिया।
हाँ जी।
तो जैसे जैसे जब आप स्कूल में थे, है ना, तो एजुकेशन के प्रति ओरिएंटेशन आपका था, उसमें से कितना रोल आपको लगता है कि आपकी मदर का रहा होगा? क्योंकि मतलब ऐसा कहते हैं ना कि एजुकेटेड मदर्स आर रियल रीइंफोर्सर्स ऑफ एजुकेशन। क्या आपके साथ भी ऐसा हुआ?
बिल्कुल मैम, मेरे साथ ये हुआ है क्योंकि माय मदर, she knows a lot of languages. However, she has I don't know, like in bringing us up, she has left that talent of hers. Or so she would know Russian, she would know English, she would know a few other languages as well. But I don't know if she would be able to speak them now, because वो fluency चली जाती है when you are not in touch anymore. So she sacrificed a lot as well. उसके बाद I would say she has done her master's, she's done her B.Ed as well. B.Ed, so she has a formal training in education itself. So B.Ed is a course that you do for teaching. So she has a degree for that as well. And but she decided to give up her career to make ours. And I believe that wherever I'm standing today, she has a great role in that. She was always interested in what I'm doing till my master's level itself. So my decision to take up masters in international relations has actually been shaped by her. When I decided to prepare for UPSC, initially I began with the mindset that I would want to go into the foreign services, and that's when my mom said, "If you want to go into the services, are you even specialized for that?" And so she was the one who put it into my mind that I should do my masters in international relations. So all throughout, my choices, my decisions related to education, I would say, have been influenced by her in a great manner.
Oh, lovely. And mothers have that influence. मुझे भी याद है कि जब मैं तैयारी कर रही थी तो हमेशा ना मम्मी मुझसे पूछती रहती थी, कितनी पढ़ाई करनी है ना, तो उसका कोई क्वांटम तो होता नहीं है।
Yes, ma'am.
लेकिन ठीक है, उनका ये क्वेश्चन ना हर बार ऐसा लगता था कि हाँ करनी है ना।
वो अकाउंटेबिलिटी की तरह उन्होंने यूज किया कि आप अकाउंटेबल हैं कि आपने कितनी पढ़ाई की
कितनी पढ़ाई
है।
कर ली। तो वो शायद लाइन जो है ना वो इतनी ज़्यादा लगने लगती है, अच्छा हाँ करनी है, मतलब है ना, फिर आप अपने आप से पूछने लगते हो कि करनी है, कितनी करनी है। तो डेफिनेटली मदर्स का तो रोल हमारी सक्सेस के अंदर, जिसको हम कहते हैं ना, इट्स अनकाउंटेबल, उसको काउंट नहीं किया जा सकता।
ट्रू मैम।
अच्छा ये बताएं, जैसे आप पिलखुआ से थे, लेकिन यार रियल बताऊं, जब मैंने आपको फर्स्ट टाइम देखा, I felt you are from Delhi or some metropolitan city, a very polished lady. है ना, ऑफ कोर्स ब्यूटीफुल बट वेरी पॉलिश्ड। तो मुझे बिल्कुल नहीं लगा कि आप एक स्मॉल टाउन से बिलोंग करते हैं। तो ये कैसे, मतलब ये पिलखवा के सब लोग ऐसे हैं या
आई वुड से मैम उसमें थोड़ा स्ट्रगल गया है, बिकॉज मेरी जो इनिशियल एजुकेशन हुई थी वो पिलखवा में हुई थी, दो इट वॉज अ कॉन्वेंट स्कूल. So मेरे parents का decision to put me in a convent school so that my English gets better, or there is a disciplined life that I'm about to live, because they're very the discipline is the main focus in such schools. So वो decision जो उनका रहा है, शायद उसने एक तरह से मुझे एक firm ground दिया है. फिर उसके बाद they have also allowed me or given me a lot of opportunities to study outside. I went to Udaipur for my studies for 2 years. Then I came back and they put me in a. They realized that now the trend is such that CBSE education is more relevant to you picking up skills. So at that point, whenever the moment they realized this, they also decided to put me in a CBSE school, because at that point I am not the earning member. I do not have a say. I have a say in where I would be granted education, but I would say I do not have a bandwidth to counter their decision as much, and. That is the point when they decided कि नहीं, DPS would be a better school for you, and it's a well recognized school and a well recognized society as well. So that's when they put me in DPS. So all their choices of the educational institutions and my accountability towards them, because they were providing me the best of opportunities. I would say I was the first girl who was sent outside the town on a daily basis in a private cab to take studies to a place which was around 45 to 50 minutes away from the house. I was the first one, and that was the opportunity I was provided. And I felt accountable कि if I'm being provided such opportunities, I better turn out good. So
बेटा, हम मुझ पे इतना विश्वास है तो करके दिखाना
बिल्कुल
पड़ेगा।
मैम. तो आई वुड से कि ये एक बहुत लंबी जर्नी रही है. फिर आई गॉट इनटू LSR, व्हिच इज नोन फॉर पॉलिशिंग स्टूडेंट्स
तो
फॉर.
ये LSR इफेक्ट है क्या?
LSR इफेक्ट भी काफी हद तक है.
मतलब मुझे तो सच में ऐसा लगा था कि जब कि भी जैसे ऐसा होता है ना, फॉरेन रिटर्न एक हाईली पॉलिश्ड कॉन्वेंट एजुकेटेड जो स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं, मुझे सच में नहीं लगा था कि कि आप एक स्मॉल टाउन से ऐसा मेरे साथ हुआ है या बाकियों के साथ भी होता है?
काफी लोगों के साथ होता है. तो they I mean, in India they always think I'm from South Delhi. I was born and brought up in South Delhi. So a few friends also make fun of it.
नहीं तो मतलब LSR has really good polishing skills there. तो पर आपने कोप कैसे किया? मतलब फिर भी बहुत डिफिकल्ट होता होगा कमिंग फ्रॉम अ स्मॉल टाउन, एंड देन वो LSR का कल्चर भी शायद कुछ अलग होता है.
Yes, ma'am, but I would say कि LSR, more than a college, I would call it a community. So it's more like a community of young women who are trying to rise up in society, who are trying to take what is due for them and claim their own space. And I believe कि बहुत cooperative environment है LSR में. Competition is a little reduced, जो हमारे school level तक mostly रहता है कि how much am I scoring, which position am I getting in school. So वो काफ़ी tone down हो गया था LSR में, और एक community की तरह हमें support किया गया कि all right, you're all one, you are together and you should cooperate and move forward in life. So वो एक काफ़ी जो safe environment है वो हमें LSR ने provide कराया. बहुत cooperation से वहाँ पर education हुई. तो so I would say कि yes, LSR provides you a space wherein you can thrive.
Notions of womanhood might also have changed over time.
Yes, ma'am.
And so I feel that especially the education for women changes a lot of things. So what happened with you? So when you started your journey, like so from Pilakhua to LSR and now as a civil servant, how your understanding of womanhood has changed?
My understanding of womanhood, I would say, has been very crude during the initial levels when I was in school. we did not think much about what is politically right or wrong regarding gender. So, gender has been one topic that was taken very casually. If at the school level as well, like a teacher would come and casually say, "All right, girls will sit with girls, boys will sit with boys." So this was a perception, like you should have friends who are girls who are the same gender as you, and you should not be friends with the opposite gender people. So gender in that manner was started as a fixity for me. All right, I belong to this gender. I should perform all the roles of this gender. But as I grew up, I realized it is a social construct, especially at the college level when you are actively taught about these things. I would say as I grew up, I realized, all right, it is a social construct, and there are no labels attached to a gender that this is how you are required to perform. You can actually perform in a way that goes in contrast with your gender. For instance, the service that I'm expecting as of now, police service. I mean, for women, this service. I would say a lot of people want me about it. Ki, all right, skip it altogether. Do not fill IPS during the cadre preference. They said put IRS above IPS because IPS is a field job. You would not be able to give that much time. But I would say I really have a regard for the service, and I believe there is nothing that women can't do. That
What?
yes,
They need, more police officers,
yes,
female
ma'am, true.
police officers rather, to have that sensitivity, to have another face of our police, which is very much required. So, like, and we all know that, maybe the crime against women will decrease. Maybe the sensitivity of police towards women will increase with female officers. And that happens. That really happens. Very right. You rightly said that with education, our notions change of womanhood. And things which we take for granted. जैसे कि हमें चाय बनानी है या भाई को ये करना है.
Yes, ma'am.
वो नोशंस जो है धीरे धीरे चेंज होते हैं. और कई बार सोसाइटी उसको ये नाम भी दे देती है कि पढ़ लिख के लड़कियों का दिमाग खराब हो जाता है.
True, that happens a lot. और इतनी पढ़ लिख ली है, अब इसको लड़के कैसे मिलेंगे? तो you won't find a good match because there is a perception that the guy should be more educated than you are. So
ये हुआ है क्या? किसी ने बोला है क्या अभी?
बिल्कुल ये मेरे जब मैंने मास्टर्स करनी शुरू की थी तब बहुत जोवियल मैनर में, मजाक के मैनर में एक रिलेटिव ने बोला कि कितना पढ़ेगी, अब रुक जा तेरे लिए लड़के भी नहीं मिलेंगे.
और ये नोशन किसने बनाया कि हस्बैंड शुड ऑलवेज बी मोर अर्निंग, मोर एजुकेटेड? क्यों? ओके. तो जब आप जैसे आपने LSR से अपना कोर्स किया, हाउ डिड यू स्टार्ट प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर UPSC? व्हाट केम इनटू योर माइंड?
All right, ma'am. So ये हुआ आफ्टर माई ग्रेजुएशन. आई वॉज प्रिटी श्योर कि मैं तुरंत मास्टर्स नहीं करूँगी बिकॉज आई वॉज नॉट इन दैट माइंड सेट कि और आई डिड नॉट थिंक आई वॉज केपेबल इनफ टू टेक अ वेरी स्पेशलाइज्ड कोर्स एकदम से. So I thought कि I would rather study a little bit and would find out what is my calling. And then would start pursuing masters after a gap of 1 year. I was sure I will pursue my masters, I will pursue my higher studies. बस एक थोड़ा सा टाइम में मैं शिफ्ट ला रही थी क्योंकि मुझे एक थोड़ा सा और अपने होराइजन को थोड़ा ब्रॉड करना था बिफोर टेकिंग अप एनी अदर कोर्स, बीइंग स्टक विद इट फॉर 2 years. एंड देन क्योंकि बहुत अभी तक अकेडमिक्स मेरी लाइफ में एक सेंटर रोल प्ले कर रहा था, तो उसमें मैंने थोड़े से एवेन्यूज़ अपने लिए, डाइवर्स एवेन्यूज़ देखने शुरू किए. मैंने कॉर्पोरेट में देखा, फिर रियलाइज़ हुआ नहीं ये तो मेरे लिए नहीं है. एंड देन बहुत कैजुअली मैंने सोचा कॉर्पोरेट के अलावा क्या है, देयर इज़ गवर्नमेंट सर्विस, चलो उठाते हैं देखते हैं ये क्या है. एंड दैट्स हाउ आई स्किम थ्रू द सिलेबस स्किम थ्रू किया. मुझे लगा ऑल राइट आई कैन डू दिस. ह्यूमैनिटीज़ मेरी रही है स्ट्रीम, और हिस्ट्री एंड ऑल दीज सब्जेक्ट्स दे आर वेरी क्लोज टू मी. आई कीप रीडिंग अबाउट दैट. और मेरे को कोई टॉपिक भी ऐसा नहीं लगा जो बहुत ही अलग था, जो मैंने कभी नहीं पढ़ा है लाइफ में. सो आई थॉट कि हाँ ये तो आई कैन डू दिस. सो थिंग दैट बिगैन विद आई कैन डू दिस to this becoming an integral part of my life, वो मेरा syllabus के साथ after syllabus skim through तो मैंने कर लिया था, but when I gave it the first read, I realized, okay, it is not that simple,
that
it's
easy.
not that easy. Uh, this is talking about ground realities, this is making me aware about a lot of things. That's when I realized कि मुझे तो मतलब मैं अभी तक एक बबल में थी, बहुत लिमिटेड नॉलेज के साथ ऑपरेट कर रही थी. देयर इज सो मच टू लर्न इन द वर्ल्ड and there is so much you can do about it. So that's how my perception started changing, and till the time I completed it, I was totally devoted to the services.
This is also my personal experience that the education of UPSC, it is so enlightening, and I don't know why I think it should be made compulsory. एक कॉमन ग्रेजुएशन कर दो जिसमें यूपीएससी पढ़ाई जाए, क्योंकि इतना दिमाग खुलता है. आप हिस्ट्री पढ़ते हो, इकोनॉमी पढ़ते हो, पॉलिटी पढ़ते हो, आप एनवायरनमेंट पढ़ते हो. मतलब आई डोंट नो दिस मच नॉलेज कैन इट बी गिवन बाय ओनली लाइक एनी अदर ग्रेजुएशन.
And UPSC especially focuses on environment and ecology a lot, and which I believe should be done. Ethics as well, yes.
They know what to do and what not to do, kind of that knowledge. आपने गलत किया, आपको पता था फिर गलत किया. that insight that develops through education, very very different. तो जैसे मतलब जब आपने यूपीएससी के बारे में पता कर लिया and you started your preparation, so how did you feel fearful about it कि ये इतना सारा है सिलेबस, ये नहीं हो पाएगा मुझसे, या आपको लगा कि नहीं मेहनत करूँगी तो हो जाएगा?
ये मैम मुझे दोनों ही लगे एट टाइम्स. तो जब मुझे एकदम से एक फेलियर फील होती थी या एकदम से एक सेटबैक होता था, किसी टेस्ट में कम मार्क्स आए हैं, तो नेचुरल रिएक्शन होता था कि मैं अपनी चॉइस को क्वेश्चन करने लगती थी कि मैंने जल्दबाजी तो नहीं कर ली है यूपीएससी पिक ऑन करने में, क्या पता मैं कभी क्लियर ही ना कर पाऊँ इसको, इतना वाइड सिलेबस है, यू आर रीडिंग एवरीथिंग एंड इट इज़ डिफ़िकल्ट टू क्लासीफाई एज वेल. आप कितना भी बोलें कि ये क्लासीफाई कर ईजी हो जाता है, बट हर चीज़ आप क्लासीफाई कर एक हेड के अंदर नहीं डाल सकते हैं. तो वो होता था मेरे साथ भी, बट then I would get reminded of the larger goal that I'm thinking about, and that would give me the spirit to sit back again and prepare again from scratch.
That means persistent. So what was this is your third attempt?
Yes, ma'am.
So what was your mindset during your first two attempts, and what was the result?
During my first two attempts, especially the first attempt, so I gave my first attempt wherein I did not have my optional prepared. I did not have my optional decided even.
Oh,
I thought they asked, when you fill the form, they ask for a choice for optional, and I casually put English literature because I read it during my graduation. I thought कि चलो ठीक है, थोड़ा similarity होगी, I would be able to cover it, prelims हो जाए. So I did not have an optional during my first attempt. I was taking it very casually. I did 7 months of preparation. I was not aware of the basic books. I got to know about spectrum for modern India after 7 months of preparation. I got to know Lakshmikant bhi aati hai. Till then I was reading the Bare Act. I was reading that bulky constitution ka original version. Entirely, and I was and as I was reading it, I realized कि I would need 2.5 years and a degree in law to be able to understand this.
Telegram नहीं था आपके पास तब तक?
उस वक्त मैम मेरे पास कुछ भी नहीं था. तो I started into this thing very raw, very crude, और फिर उसके बाद consequently I was not able to clear in my first attempt. But first attempt का जब मैंने प्रीलिम्स दिया था, तब तक मैंने अपने सोर्सेज आइडेंटिफाई कर चुकी थी. मुझे 1 साल सोर्सेज आइडेंटिफाई करने में लगा कि ऑल राइट, इस सब्जेक्ट के लिए ये पढ़ना होता है, इसके लिए ये पढ़ना होता है, बिकॉज देन इट वॉज गेटिंग वेरी डिफिकल्ट. मैं न्यूज़पेपर रोज़ पढ़ रही थी, कुछ सब्सटैंशियल निकाल नहीं पा रही थी. फिर सेकेंड अटेम्प्ट में मैंने सोचा कि अब कुछ प्रिपरेशन तो है नहीं, अब दो या छोड़ दो, क्योंकि अभी भी इतना टाइम नहीं निकला है. तब मैंने सोचा एक प्लान बी तो रखते हैं. सो आई स्टार्टेड डूइंग माई मास्टर्स एज प्लान बी, और फिर साइमल्टेनियसली आई केम बैक टू दिस, watched a few toppers videos, watched a few things that are the materials that are circulated in the market, And then this time I started with a strategy. अभी तक मैं कुछ भी जो मुझे मिल रहा था मैं वो उठाकर पढ़ रही थी. But now I thought कि नहीं, these are the things that I will read. This is how I will classify them. ऐसे जो क्लासीफाई नहीं कर पाती हूँ उसको अलग से मिसलेनियस हेड में डाल देती हूँ. दैट्स हाउ आई डू इट. And then I started preparing, and second time I could not clear prelims by 2.5 marks. So that should have been regarded as a failure by me, because 2 prelims I was not able to clear. But this time I went with a very positive outlook. I did not see it as a failure, rather I saw it as an improvement from my first attempt.
Right.
Because first attempt I must be scoring close to 70-75 marks. This time they have increased considerably, to the point that the gap for me to clear the exam was very less. And then I thought कि अगर एक साल में इतनी improvement है तो next time और भी होगी, and next time I would be able to clear it. So then I was able to clear prelims. For a girl who was not able to clear prelims in her first 2 attempts, by first by a very large margin, then a small margin, she cleared this time with a very good margin. So 88 was the cutoff, and I must have scored 124, 125 in my prelims. Yes, ma'am. So it has been a tough journey, but I would say that positive outlook is all you should keep.
Very right. So tell me, like, but you are from humanities background. Sometimes students from humanities background face a lot of problems with CSAT. Did you encounter such problems?
Ma'am, I would say I never encountered such problems. It's because I chose humanities by, I took humanities by choice. Till my 10th grade, I was very good at maths. I was good at the science subjects, physics, maths. I was very good at these subjects. I scored well in those. And I thought that there would come a time wherein I would not be able to remember my maths. But when I started doing CSAT, I realized that no, that has never come for me. I was not able to remember the formulae, but I don't do maths with formulae. I do it with a lot of common sense approach. With a common sense approach, I do it. So if you are talking about profit and loss, I would actually assume the base to be 100. Then I would say, अच्छा 100 में से इतने निकाल लिए, इतने add कर दिए, फिर ये हुआ. So that's how I do it. I never use formula. तो आपका भूलने का scope कम रहता है.
तो जानते हैं बहुत बार formulas, और बहुत सारे मैंने यूपीएससी के questions ऐसे देखे हैं ना. A lot of questions are like which you can solve easily by common sense than by more.
True, ma'am, true. So CSAT, ये रहा. Comprehension में I did my bachelor's in literature, so English का थोड़ा सा वो था, तो reading comprehension में ज़्यादा problems नहीं
आई.
लॉजिकल रीजनिंग आई वाज एबल टू डू. जो क्वांट्स के क्वेश्चंस हैं उनमें थोड़ी सी प्रॉब्लम आ जाती थी. जो हायर लेवल परम्यूटेशन कॉम्बिनेशन मैंने लाइफ में पढ़ा ही नहीं था, क्योंकि वो 11th से आता है और मैं 10th तक मैंने मैथ्स पढ़ी थी. तो आई वुड ईजिली लीव दोज क्वेश्चंस, बिकॉज CSAT इज़ अ क्वालिफाइंग एग्जाम. सो you should also know which questions to leave and not to waste your time on. So that was the approach that I kept. Ki, okay, these are the areas I'm comfortable with. I'll mostly do questions from this area, and the areas I'm not comfortable with, I'll leave them.
So when you gave your mains and gave your personality test, what were you thinking? Like, इस बार तो पक्का हो जाएगा, or you were expecting a rank, or you were thinking कि बस भगवान हो जाए.
Mains के बाद I was really happy because I was able to complete all my papers on time. In ethics, I faced a lot of difficulty completing the paper, but at the end, I was able to complete that as well. So when I was able to complete all the papers and I was pretty satisfied with my answers as well, I thought ki, all right, this is the stage that I have definitely cleared. Cutoff though I think I'll be able to clear. Then I started preparing even before the result was out. I started preparing for the interview. I started preparing current affairs from then on, and DAF I was waiting for the DAF to be released, and then started preparing for DAF as well. And then when I was giving my mocks and also there were very positive comments. So after the real interview, I was pretty sure that my name would be in the list. But yes, the rank, I did not expect this rank. This has been, I would say, I'm fortunate enough to have been able to get such good rank.
And deserving. I always say this: first deserve, then desire.
Uh,
So definitely, you desired this, and you also deserved it. Okay, Ashna. So a lot of girls might have started looking up to you. Now, have they come to you with certain? Do they seek advice from you, like what to do, how to prepare for UPSC, or their parents? Do they come to you now?
Yes, ma'am, they do. And the ones who can't reach out to me in person are definitely trying to reach out to me online. Though it is my incapability to be able to answer all of them, the ones who reach out to me online. But I try to give more interviews. I try to address these issues. Keep live sessions for them to ask me questions. So these are the forums. This is how I'm trying to reach out to them. So
Any message you will like to give to young girls? So there might be a lot of girls who are watching you, who will be watching you, and they were like, they might be from a small town. They might be thinking of becoming a civil servant someday. So any words of wisdom you will like to tell them?
yes, ma'am. I would like to tell them that first of all, start dreaming. So, the dream is an important component. When you when you can dream, you can also achieve. So, start dreaming. You can also achieve a good life. You can also aspire to do something better in your life, and do not be contented with where you are. Always try to strive for better, and that will always help you go places. So this is one advice that I would like to give to the female candidates.
Absolutely. So, as Ashna said, that we must all dream and work hard towards realizing our dream. So, do you think that you worked smart or you worked hard?
I would say there was a combination of both. So in the initial, like the first year of my preparation, I started working hard. So I started working without a strategy, and that led to failure. That led to failure in the first go, and subsequently I started making a strategy as well. But making a strategy, I realized, was not enough. So you also had to work towards that strategy, and however much you say that you work smart in UPSC, there is that smartness also comprise that the knowledge that you will have to work hard as well. So
Yes, a combination of both.
yes,
Hard
ma'am.
work and smart work, both is required. And if you leave either of them, the combination doesn't fit.
Yes, ma'am, true.
So tell me, you might be getting IPS. And a lot of people have reservations regarding, women being in IPS. But what is your vision regarding this, your selection, your being an IPS officer? So do you have a vision regarding what kind of officer you would like to be?
Ma'am, I believe in breaking stereotypes. So the service, I would say I've been granted a service that would break stereotypes in itself. Though now, after various dignified women being IPS officers, they have charted the way which I am also following. So breaking stereotypes, I would say, would be one part that would always be associated with me, that I think would always be associated with me. Two, I would say I really believe in citizen-centric service delivery. So I do not believe something that is imposed onto people, but something to be granting them services which people desire. So I would work towards that. Sensitivity in police force would be another way I would like to impact the services. And there is a lot of negative notion associated with the services or people in the services in general. And I would also try to counter that.
Oh, lovely. And we all look forward, the kind of officer Ashna will become. Ashna, tell me, nobody suggested you that, why are you going in a line like civil services? Why not, go for some beauty pageants or something like this? Did anyone suggest you?
That has really happened. So during my college days, I was offered a few modeling assignments, and which I wouldn't lie, which I was also considering taking up, but I could not because I thought I'm not talented enough for that. And in fact, during this prelims, the 2022 prelims. 2 weeks before that, there was an audition for the movie Gulmohar, which has also released on OTT, and I gave an online audition for that as well. So after being 2 years into the preparation, I gave audition for a movie. So yes, that has happened. So, but I think I was destined to be here, and here I am.
Okay, so we here at the Thastu are really concerned about people wasting their time just for civil services and not pursuing their academics, whatever academics they are pursuing. So, but I saw that in your journey, you didn't make that mistake. You started pursuing your MA in International Affairs,
Yes, ma'am.
International Relations. So, like, how did this idea come up, and how did you manage your time with your degree and preparation?
Ma'am, I was always stagnancy is what I fear in life. So I do not want to be stagnant. And when I prepared for UPSC, when I understood the process in a year, I thought, all right, this is the process. Is now I'm well versed with what is to be done in the coming years or the coming part of the preparation, and I can safely start pursuing other goals as well. So that's how I decided to start pursuing my master's. Also, it offers you a plan B as well in life, and it is very important to have a plan B because you can't be devastated by a process later on. So, in case I gave 3 years of my life to this, there would be immense pressure upon me to clear the exam. However, that pressure was not there because I was not only involved with this exam, but was also doing something on the side, which was also very fulfilling and has helped me during the exam process as well. So UPSC, my knowledge of international relations has helped me bring out that information during the mains, as well as in my interview, there were a few questions from the domain of international relations as well, which I was able to answer very well. So my master's has helped me during the UPSC process and has also helped me come out of the pressure that falls upon a lot of people, wherein their parents start asking them, what substantial are you doing in your life, sitting inside a room and studying. So I was able to come out of that pressure as well. So
Very true, and not just parents. More pressure is from relatives. अच्छा इस बार भी नहीं हुआ
yes, ma'am.
3 साल हो गए 2 साल हो गए अच्छा अब भी नहीं हुआ. So sir, you don't have to tell anybody, just saying I'm doing post graduation.
Yes, I followed that approach. In fact, a very less people knew that I was doing UPSC, and there was no gap. So they were not even able to gauge what is happening or if she's pursuing other things as well. And bit surprised. Yeah.
So as we were working, some of your relatives came up and they were like, कि preparation कब करी आशना ने?
Yes, a few of them were like this. Ki, all right, have you even cleared it? And I said, of course, my name is in the list. They were surprised. Is it the same Aashna? Is it you who has cleared it? I said, yes, this is me who has cleared it. And they were surprised, and they were more surprised that I cleared it in such an early age. They were more surprised. They said, all right, UPSC people in the bracket of 28 to 30 years generally crack UPSC. You are very young for that. But yeah, it was done like.
Okay, and I don't know, now that you have got selected, tell me, how do you feel and how your life has changed? So what are the subtle or big changes that you have started noticing?
My life has really changed. I feel a very big change in my life, all towards the positive direction though. In talking about the small changes that are happening, they're happening in my thinking. So I started feeling more responsible all of a sudden. For instance, the exam, the result came out on 23rd of May, and by about 24th or 25th of May, I started thinking about what are the things I would be saying in public, because then they would be able to make an impact. So till now I could have said anything which wouldn't even matter to a lot of people. But now whatever I say would also hold some weight. So I have to be extremely responsible that way. And I have become very busy. I would like to point that out. I mean, till now I was managing my masters, I was managing my hobbies, I was managing my studies for UPSC, and still I did not feel busy enough. But now I've started feeling busy. There are a lot of events that are happening. There are a lot of places you're being called to. There are a lot of places you yourself want to visit. Then you are talking to a lot of people. People are coming to you, and then these are the forms that you have to fill to be able to go to the foundation course. These are the assignments that you have to do. Then there are some
You have to prepare for the training,
prepare.
tire and everything.
Yes, I feel busy.
And the life is going to be more busier than ever. Okay, very well, Ashna. It was really nice to talk to you and know who Ashna is.